Hey, what's up guys? Kevin over here, Pedal PT, Portland, Oregon. I wanted to talk a little bit about bike fit as well as positioning pieces, parts versus the body itself. I think so much in bike fit, we see so much data, so many photos, so many motion capture pictures with angles and pinpoints, and we have so many ways to map things and overanalyze, and I wouldn't say overanalyze, but we just have a lot of information that we can gather about a person in a cycling position. Pressure mapping, motion sensors, weight distribution sensors, aero fitting. There's so much data points that we're gathering on that bike, is that we put so much into the pieces and the parts and the newness of equipment and the equipment specialization. I think we tend to see that because for the most part, bike fit is driven by bicycle industry. It always has been. The only reason people needed bike fit is that they needed ways to try to get more comfortable on the bike while they were racing and putting in just ridiculous hours on the bike. So that's kind of where it originally came from. And I think that overall, over time, the industry has created a lot of products and a lot of different saddles and a lot of different, there's just not a lot of newness to product. You can make it in a new material, you can make it in a new shape, but gosh, a saddle, you guys, I mean, there's like 130 different saddles out there that you can see just, so I mean, there's so much equipment out there, there's so many different newness things. So anyway, the thing to take home is it all comes down to me, it all comes into positioning and the dynamics of your body on the bicycle itself. When we measure things and we look at the person on the bike, we have to also remember that we have volitional control about where our body is on that bike as well, or positions that we need to be able to sustain or achieve better with better technique to be able to tolerate those positions as well too. So what I mean by that is within the bike fit, you have, especially let's take for me, my passion has really lately been gravel bike fitting, or gravel bike, thinking about my body when I'm riding unique terrain and climbs and descending and things of that nature, is that how much dynamics we have of the body on the bike itself. This bike is going to be climbing some very steep things, so we need to be able to get it in the front of that bike. We need to get out of the saddle. We need to be able to move with our arms. We are moving. We are lifting that bike. We are trying to torque our body around for some very tight turns. We are also descending at very high speeds on a variety of terrain and being able to hover over that bike and being able to lean back adequately and feeling centered over that bike. Now, there's a lot to equipment that can kind of go into that, but there's a lot of body work that needs to happen also. Sometimes maybe that's neglected off the bike as well, to be able to achieve these positions in a comfortable, functional, and fast way as well. So think about pieces, parts, it's great, but do remember the body needs to be able to adapt, and what we try to come at it from our office is what we're trying to do is really focus on the person themselves and what is achievable for that positioning at that level, because you can't just jump into a very aggressive position right off the bat. You have to kind of slowly progress. What can this person tolerate? What is this person's skill level to be able to get themselves into these situations? And the body has to be dynamic on that. So the fit has to reflect that. So sometimes it's not a numbers game or a 32 knee angle game, or this is how much pressure is on my saddle, so this looks better because this is a different color now. It's more so about, is this person comfortable? Is this person efficient? And is this person achieving what they want to be able to achieve on this bike and improving their rides and their quality depending on what their goals are. So I guess, like I said, bike fit is about equipment. We need equipment, but remember, there's a lot of work that needs to go into the body itself to become a skilled cyclist. Especially in a lot of these different disciplines, and especially if you race, even commuting, there's adaptability and there's skill level that you have to understand as far as learning rules of the road, being able to stopping distance, your balance, clipping in and out, all these different skills that we have to achieve. And just like any other sport, there is a certain aspect of skill that comes with all of that. So, let's think about bikes. Bikes are beautiful, bikes are great, but let's also think about the body and the person on the bike. And sometimes just a little bit of work off the bike on the body itself and understanding what postures should be ideal for that person goes a long way and helps them enjoy that bike even more so than the newest, fanciest handlebar. So anyway, that's enough. Maybe that's a random rant versus a thought processes of coming at it kind of from the body side completely analog, thinking about the body, putting our hands on the body, understanding where discourse is in coordination. I don't even know if that's a word. Anyway, the body side versus the bike side, and we love it both. So thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for paying attention, guys. Again, Kevin over here at Paddle PT, Portland, Oregon. Keep going, guys. Cheers.